I'm tired of seeing black women's pretty light-skinned boyfriend or husband go on podcasts and simply embarrass them.
Hey beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome back to my channel. How you all doing? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. So today's video, another popular influencer's boyfriend has been dragged on social media speaking on a man as a provider and the 50-50 in a relationship. Okay, so I'm going to break it down for you guys. Okay, listen, because this has gotten the entire internet uproar. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody has something to say, and I find this conversation very okay. So what happened is that a popular influencer by the name Monet McMichael, she's very popular. She's an influencer. She has a huge following on TikTok and Instagram. I don't know if she's on YouTube though, but anyway, she's big. You know her. She's big. Okay. And we all know how this influencer life can be when you're big, you make good money out of this. And now a boyfriend decided to speak on the 50-50. A boyfriend by the name Jalen, if I'm not mistaken. He's a content creator. I won't say he's an influencer. He's a content creator. Okay. Let me know if you think there's a difference between a content creator and an influencer. Let me know down in the comment section. Anyway, he decided to have his 2 cents about it, what a provider is and how does 50-50 work in a relationship. And I wanted to talk about how it's not possible, that why is it be normal that a man should provide everything for a woman when it comes to financially. Why is that a thing? That, oh, the type of climate we live in now where everything is expensive, a man have to provide, like be a provider. That's not what makes a man a provider. Guys, I need you guys to catch up with me. That's not what makes a man a provider. That a 50-50 is not really a realistic goal to go 50-50, because sometimes he can be 100 and she can be 1,000 and then she can pull it up and all that. Okay, but what got a lot of people really triggered is the fact that Monet, his girlfriend, makes way more money than him. So people are like, you know what, why are you speaking on 50-50 when your girlfriend obviously make more money than you? And we all know it. Okay, we all know that his girlfriend Monet make more money than him. Anyway, let's go check out this video and then we'll come back and talk, because this has gotten the entire internet is talking. So this video, we're going to hear women's response to this. So let's go check out this video and then we'll come back and talk more. Okay.
Men are expected to pay all the bills. Men are expected to pay for all the dates. Men are expected to pay for your nails, hair, all these things. In today's economy,
yeah,
it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And so the thought is, it's like, why is that the norm? Why is that the expectation? What does a provider mean? Like, in my opinion, a provider doesn't mean someone who's going to pay financially for everything. That's not a provider to me.
50-50 is not just monetary. 50-50 is effort.
It's not 50-50. 50-50 is not realistic. And I would agree and disagree, because I think in general, the average is 50-50. But the everyday is never going to be 50-50. Because if I'm in my relationship with my girlfriend, like, I got 20 today, baby. You got to pick up 80. I got it, babe. Like that partnership and that. But over time, the average should reach 50-50. That's what the idea of partnership is to me, is every day is not 50-50, because some days I don't have it. Some days you don't have it. Some days I have too much and some days you have too much. And then we can take over the world that day. But like the average should be 50-50, but the everyday is always going to be different.
This might be too much math, but like you said, you say you have 20. That 20 better be your 100.
Oh yeah.
Like you can't just decide that I'm just gonna give 20.
Yeah.
Give everything you got, and if that's 20%, then your partner should be
exactly. If you wake up and say I got 20 today, and you show it, and you only give 20%, like, it's your point. You better give 100% to make that 20.
Exactly.
But yeah, I get the math you're putting down. But yeah, it's important.
So let me know what you think about what he said down in the comment section. They said a lot in this podcast, but that clip was the clip that got a lot of people talking. And let me know what you think about it generally. Do you think that he should not even come and speak on this? But one thing I want to say is that I agree when the other man said the math is too long. Like, why are you doing the math? Like, oh, I'm doing 50-50. While we're having 50-50 conversation, anyway, I have a lot to say about this anyway. But this video, like I said, got a lot of people talking. So this video is going to be in 2 parts. So this first part, we're going to hear the women's response to this. The women are responding to this. The women have a lot to say. I have a lot to say on this conversation, okay, which I'm going to share my thought later on in the video. But I also want to know what you think. So go down in the comment section and share your thought. But please, you guys know, Okay, keep it respectful. Okay, before we go ahead and check out what the ladies have to say in this conversation, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel if you haven't subscribed. Because while you're waiting for, we post video every single day and we have banging conversation here. So go ahead and subscribe and click the notification bell. Okay, so let's go hear what they have to say and then we'll come back and talk more. But go and share your own thoughts.
All this discourse about Jalen and this provider and Monet is the breadwinner, who cares? Because what it looks like is that y'all wanted to find a hole in their relationship because they look too perfect to y'all. And I get it. It's natural when you see a pretty couple, you want to know, like, there has to be something, right? And now y'all think y'all found y'all something? When the whole time, nothing he said was wrong. And clearly from the smile on Monet's face, you can tell there's nothing wrong with it. So why do y'all care?
Aren't y'all tired of the 50-50 in a relationship podcast conversation? I know I am. Especially because if Monet likes it, that's all that matters. If Jalen likes it, that's all that matters. If they are content in their relationship and they like what they have going on, that's all that matters. I don't know about you, but I feel like this 50-50 in a relationship conversation happens every year. And every time it comes up, everybody has their input on it. And I find it very funny that the people that have a lot to say about it, they're not in relationships themselves.
Okay.
Make it make sense.
Stop trivializing the experiences of women, okay? Stop saying that women that don't want to go 50-50 are tricks or they're sprinkle. We all know that women give more in relationships than men do. It is literally expected. It is literally what happens based on like gender roles and the way society is just freaking designed. And then on top of that, you're telling women to go pay 50% of the bills. I will pay 300 million% of my own bills before I go in a relationship with a man and have to give 120% in that relationship for the rest of my life and then split the rent. Call me sprinkle, call me a trick, call me a hooker. I don't care. Call me transactional. But the transaction does not work out for me when I give 200% in every other area and 50% of the mortgage. Immediately, no. I can pay 300% of my own bills. However, I will not go in a relationship with a man and also split the bills when I am giving the most emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Why would I give so much in a relationship and then also have to pay 50% of the bills?
Please tell me you guys remember the hate train on Michelle, Monet, I forget, I'm saying her name backwards, boyfriend, the tea on him, and how everyone was saying like he's so freaking weird. Can I tell you I never trusted that man? Step one, he's light skinned. Don't trust that. Second of all, I feel like everything he was doing was performative. Like he was like performing to be the best boyfriend ever. Like made sure the camera was always rolling when he was being a good boyfriend. Okay? Did you see the podcast where he's talking about how in this economy, how can I be a provider? Do you know how bad and bougie and rich your girl is? And he's sitting there saying that in this economy he cannot spoil his girl or be a provider anymore. He's like, who's doing that nowadays? Men will embarrass you. Men will embarrass you. And this was on a podcast. Imagine this is the height of her career. And look what he's doing. Embarrassing her. So horrible. So horrible.
So, unpopular opinion, I don't get why so many of y'all are mad about what Jalen said in that interview. I mean, there were some things that I disagreed with, but I thought he was low-key spitting. Because, he's right about the fact that men are expected to pay for every single thing. But me personally, if I get a man, I don't think I'd want them to pay for every single thing. And I also think it depends on your love language. Because me personally, my love language is gift giving and acts of service. And I also don't want to be seen as some mooch that's just spending all of his money. And y'all need to realize, that's not our relationship. That's their relationship. And they seem happy in it. And all of y'all are commenting Monet blink twice if you need help. And she just went on a road trip to meet his family. And I don't think she would have done that if she did not love him. And I think some of y'all are forgetting the fact that he literally packed up and moved all the way to New Jersey for Monet. What more do you want from this relationship? Monet is walking around happy, healthy, and she's thriving. She literally just came out with her own perfume. So it's do y'all want her to sit in a corner and cry about her relationship? And just because Jalen said he doesn't think he needs to pay for everything doesn't mean he doesn't pay for anything. And I'd like to remind everybody one last time that is not our relationship. Okay, that is their relationship. We can't keep on living vicariously through people on this app.
I really hate this thing that men do where they try and gaslight women about the reality of the world that we live in. Why is that the norm? Why is that the expectation? As if something called the gender pay gap doesn't exist. As if we don't live in a patriarchal society. Unless you are on the front lines with us fighting the feminist fight and pushing for equal pay, I don't think any man should be complaining about having to pay for your girlfriend or your partner. Like, what? Women did not have bank accounts like 50 years ago. We're literally still catching up. If you can understand that white people have a 400-year head start, and that's why black people have not been able to catch up with their wealth, then what's not clicking about women and dating and society? Men think that because they see a handful of successful women in media at the top that everything is okay. Well, we have black billionaires and black people have never been worse economically, so what now? Either way, I just want men to stop acting dense. You can be in an equal partnership and it's fine, but don't frame it as something that it's not. You're simply just not a provider. Words have meanings. You can't redefine it just because you can't measure up to the standards. I'm mainly just talking about this because I really hate when guys try and make it about the economy. If you're suffering in the economy, then imagine the woman who's not even making as much money as you. So, like, what do you want us to do?
Y'all can call me a pick-me, but I don't think what Jalen Noble said was wrong. I think that is crazy to think somebody's going to enter your life and take on all your bills, and then you label him a provider as a reward. I think that is unfair, and I think it is irresponsible and illogical. When somebody comes into your life, you want them to come into your life as a partner, somebody who tackles financial and emotional life together with you, somebody who says, oh, you don't got it? I got it. Don't worry about it this month. And then if something happens for them, you say, baby, I got you this month. Don't worry about it. Never should you ever expect somebody to physically carry all of the burden. Now, don't mix that up with 50-50, because that's not what I'm talking about. 50-50 is actually not 50-50. It's 150. 100 for the woman and 50 for the man. I'm talking about a partner, somebody who tackles every facet of your relationship together, including financial. Y'all gotta stop letting social media trick y'all into these unrealistic expectations. That's all I know.
Y'all, I have been waiting to talk about this for a long time, and this Jalen situation is so perfect. I have always had a theory about why men in their 30s date younger women, especially girls in their 20s. Because I remember watching a couple of my exes who were like in their early 30s date young 20-year-old girls, and I was like, ew, why are you dating a child? Because whether the intentions are bad or not, that age gap is automatically gonna cause for some grooming. But what it also does that people don't realize is it buys men time. If a 30-year-old man is dating a 30-year-old woman who has her shit together and is mature and is making her own money, then the expectation to be a provider is way, way, way higher. The 20-year-old girl is enjoying the fact that she's independent and making her own money and can do for herself. And she's young, so she's not putting the same kind of pressure on her man. Because really for her, the clock's not ticking, it just started. But men don't really peak until their 40s. Unlike women who by 30 usually have their stuff together and are quick to kind of, if you can't do for me, why are we even together? They also want babies and they want marriage. So what do men do? They date younger because it makes them more comfortable. And truthfully, I don't really see anything wrong with that. I think we're gonna have to start getting a lot more comfortable with age gaps in general. And I don't think that grooming is necessarily a bad thing, because if two people are consenting and neither one of them are manipulating each other intentionally and there's love at the foundation, then there's nothing wrong with the relationship. And the younger person's gonna have to learn anyway, right? So why not be from a partner? But I'm glad that that interview happened, because I have been trying to find a way to articulate this. Is Jalen wrong? No. But that's why he has a young, successful woman that's not pressuring him.
Now, I can't speak for all women, but I feel like most of us, we don't expect for a man to pay for everything, be the sole provider, completely take care of us 100%. However, I feel like most of us want a man who wants to do that for us without the expectation. You see the difference? And even for the women who do have an expectation, that's their standard. You don't want to meet their standard? Go get somebody else. But like I said, I feel like most of us, we just want someone who wants to do that for us because they want to do it, not because we expect them to. Like, that's not the norm, and a lot of men like to play the victim and make it seem like all of us are greedy, money hungry. But as a entrepreneur girly myself, I want to be able to provide for myself, and I want a man who wants to provide for me because he wants to, not because he has to. So do with that information what you will.
I'm tired of seeing black women's pretty light-skinned boyfriend or husband go on podcasts and simply embarrass them. I'm really tired of seeing it. I can't see it again. I don't want to see Jalen talking about, well, what is really a provider? Like, shit is expensive, and he's 31, dating someone 24. And he's like, you gotta pay for her nails. You gotta pay for her hair. Stingy men used to be a lot quieter. Like, do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like they're almost trying to prove something about them being the prize by saying it's just not super fair. Like, in this economy where you have capitalized off your pretty boyness and are also capitalizing off your girlfriend, and your entire career is social media, and you're a pretty boy and you put a lot of effort into your looks, and your page says weaponize incompetence while you're making a flower bouquet, and you're going to talk about in this economy that you've capitalized. What? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a little bit insane, and it's like, you want us to know that you feel too good to pay. You want us to know that you feel like you're a little bit of the prize. And if he feels that it's fair for a 24-year-old to be providing for him or even equal to him when he also is a man, so he has a leg up, and then he has about 6 years on her, or 7, sorry, I'm bad at math. We're not talking about an equal playing field to begin with, and bringing in the childbearing woman aspect of it all. Do men not understand how insulting it is to be like, oh yeah, well, once you put yourself and your entire life in danger, then I can understand paying for your dinner. Mind you, it's dangerous for you to walk outside and be alone at night, and it's expensive for you to show up for the date. But once you put yourself in a life-threatening situation, then we can talk about providership. Once you provide me of an heir. Seriously, Game of Thrones type shit. Especially when it comes from pretty boys, I really hate when they're complaining about, like, the expenses of upkeep, because you know what that's about. And also, I really, really hate when they bring it into childbearing. They're like, well, once she bears a child for me, then the finances make sense. Because once she fulfills her worth and duty, then it all makes sense. So to go on a podcast when you know that people know who you're dating, you know that people are going to talk about your relationship and basically say, yeah, I don't really pay. And that, I don't know if that's true. I don't know. I'm not in their relationship. All I know is I wish he was more quiet about it. Whatever they were doing, like, I wish men knew how their words in their relationships are going to reflect on their women, specifically in the Black community. And I don't know why they are comfortable going on podcasts and embarrassing their girlfriend. That bothers me. Whatever your private finances are, I actually don't need to know, but you want us to know. That is the thing, is that he wants us to know. Kind of similar to Mr. Biles. He feels like enough of the prize that he can say that. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. You think Monet is concerned that her man is trying to go 50-50 and not being a provider? No, she's not. Do you know why? Because Monet is in her bag. Monet is getting her own check. Monet has her own bank account. Monet is taking her mama out shopping sprees, on unlimited shopping sprees where her mama could hold her credit card. Monet is not worried about how much money her man got. What Monet is worried about in her relationship is the love, the attention, the affection that he showers her with. Apparently, everybody's freaking out because Monet McMichael's man is a 50-50 type of dude. He doesn't believe that the man should be the provider in the relationship. And honestly, I'm so glad that somebody is finally freaking talking about this. Do all women want someone to provide for them? Sure. Because it would be nice, it would be lovely, it would be great. Are all women expecting a man to provide for them? No, we're not. Would it be great and lovely and awesome and fantastic if one day everyone's husband came home and was like, baby, I'm going to take care of you for the rest of our lives. I'm going to do what I have to do. You don't have to worry about anything but things that make you happy. Sure, it freaking would. Is that the reality of the situation? Absolutely not. In fact, for families to like maintain, regular family things, like that means paying for your mortgage, being able to eat food every single day. Your family income now in 2024 has to be above $100,000. So for most families, it is a 50-50 lifestyle. Both people have to work. Both people have to support the family in order to sustain the lifestyle in 2024 that people are trying to live and sustain. He's more like a sensitive man, kind of seems more like a little bit beta personality. I don't know him. I'm not judging. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that's the vibes that I get. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that lady on here that talks about like the black cat and then the golden retriever relationships. That is the vibe that I get from their relationship. So that is why for her the relationship works out great. She don't need him to provide because she gets her own money. She gets her own check. Furthermore, ladies, do you really want to have to rely on a man for money? I mean, it sounds nice, but in reality, especially if you've been used to being a boss chick, an independent chick, to go from being an independent chick to having to rely on your man for the income and to having to go be like, hey, baby, can I get $20 so I can go shopping? That lifestyle, it just ain't for me. So the 50-50 lifestyle, it works for some people. Other people, it does not work because they want to be provided for. But if you are living that lifestyle where your man is providing for you, just know that he's expecting certain things in return, okay? That house need to be clean. Them kids need to be taken care of. And you need to be ready.
When it comes to this provider conversation, I'm so tired of having it because men are really not seeing the point. So ladies, I'm gonna need y'all help with this one, okay? Y'all let me know if I am correct, okay? Or if I'm tripping, okay? In most relationships today, women work. Like most women who are dating and even in marriages are not even stay-at-home moms. They have a job, right? Mm-hmm. So let's break it down. Let's put it on the fingers, okay? Here's men, right? Men go to work, or all men want to do is go to work and provide half of their check, right? Okay. Women go to work and they're providing half of their check. Okay. But if you live with your partner or spouse, who's doing most of the work at home? Cleaning, cooking, making sure the house looks neat. Women. Based off what I hear from women, it's women doing it. The men are not. Okay. If there's a child involved, who has to do most of the child rearing and most of the nurturing of that child? Automatically the woman, right? Because women have kids. All right. So we already uneven in this relationship. All the man doing right now is providing half his check. Mm-hmm. Then when it comes to emotional support, because most men typically are not emotionally intelligent, we got the women using their time and energy for the emotional of the relationship. All right. Mm-hmm. So as you can see, women are giving more in this relationship than the man is. So how can this be made even? It would only be right for the man to be 100% the provider. Like it would only make sense because you're not giving anything but half a check. That's all you're doing. So you have to do something else because the woman is already giving her body, her time, we ain't even got to labor stuff. Body, time, energy, labor. She's giving all of this. And all you want to do is give half your check. Be for real. Be for real.
Like I said, there's going to be a part 2 of men's response to this. I'm really excited to hear what the men have to say. But also, I want to know your own thoughts on this. What are your own thoughts down in the comment section? Generally on what the women said, what are your own thoughts? Go down in the comment section and share your thoughts, but please keep it respectful. As always, you're on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we'll do it in a respectful way. So this is where I see this thing. So here's my own thought on this, and I want to know your own thoughts. So here's mine. First off, you see this 50-50 conversation. At the point, I feel like it does not make sense why we keep having this conversation. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. Because the truth is that we have established and we've go to know that in a relationship, it is impossible to have 50-50. It is not a realistic idea for you to even go 50-50. The only time men are talking about 50-50 and all that is only when it has to do with the check, when it has to do with finance. They want you as a woman to come split it 50-50. Why the other thing, they're not splitting 50-50 on the child rearing, carrying the child for 9 months, they are not doing it. Breastfeeding the child, they are not doing it. Cleaning the house, most of them, they'll tell you, oh, I do the dishes, but 95% of the cleaning is done by her. Like the last lady was saying, emotionally, she puts in more effort. So that it's no way, it's not a realistic thing for you to say 50-50. 50-50 is not a realistic thing. Let's get it out of the way. Secondly, talking about men, why do we expect men to be providers? That is how the society and everything markets men. And if most women know that the man will not provide for them 150%, most women will not even get in a relationship. They will not be in a relationship, because what society sold to women and to young girls was that, oh, you're going to find that man that's going to marry you, or that's going to be with you and take care of you and love you. Okay, so let's get that. That is what is being sold. So when women are expecting it, I don't know why men are rolling their eyes and saying that we're expecting too much. We're not expecting too much when we expect that. But that to say, okay, I'm handling what he said. That's what. So it's the way society has said it. So if you want women to go with what society has laid out for them, then women are going to expect you to be providers, okay? But then come back to their relationship as Monique and her boyfriend. The truth is that every relationship is different. Every dynamic in a relationship is different. The way we all have different phase. The way you pair up with somebody, even you as a person, when you are in relationship with different people, you find out that the dynamic is different. So if his girlfriend is happy with her paying the bills and more like going 50-50 with him, which I know 50-50 is not a realistic thing, but if she's okay with it, if they're happy in the relationship, I don't know why people are really coming for him and their relationship. People are going to our comment section saying, oh, breadwinner, and just trying to really shame him and all that. I don't know why people are coming for their relationship. You are not in the relationship, but one thing I want to tell women is that if you are in a relationship, always put yourself first. Or if it does not serve you, like the relationship does not serve you the way you want to be served, the relationship doesn't make you feel good, doesn't make you a better person, then get out of it. But if her being in that type of relationship, if that is what the relationship is, and she's happy, I'm happy for her. I feel like people just really need to get off that horse thinking that there is one size fits all when it comes to life. Everybody have to live the same lifestyle. Everybody has to know. No, that is what makes this life we're living more beautiful, even the society beautiful, and all that. Our lives are different, and the way we choose to navigate life and move with life determine how we're raised, our environment, and all that. And it should be respected. For me, that you guys know, if you know on this channel, you should be respected. Anyhow you choose to live your life, my major goal, where I try to preach so hard, is that be happy, put your happiness first, because there are a lot of people that have come through life, that has done life with just giving so much of themselves, not being happy, not living their authentic self, lying to even themselves, to their families, to society, just because they want to pan to what society has give them, the illusion society had give them. If Monique is happy with their relationship, who am I to be angry about it and be a bit tussling about it? No, do you? And then another thing I really want to come and touch up here before I go, because I'm still going to say more in the men's section, but one thing I want to say is that when it comes to relationship, it depends on, some people want a provider, some people want a partner, some people want a money making machine, some people want a baby making machine, some people want, like, it just depends what you want. I personally, I am not that person that I don't want to provide 100% provider. Would I love my husband to provide, take care of him? I love that. I love that, because people keep saying that people that are talking about being a provider are, no, it just determines on it. I've said this a couple of times. I was raised in a household where my father was a provider, and he provided 100% for the family, my mom and everything. And I saw how that dynamic works, and that was something I did not want. Would I want my husband to do things and all that? Yes. But you see, like holding my ground, hustling, having my own money is something I would do for myself, because I have seen it. I saw my mother being like provided for 100%, and I saw my grandmom be 100% independent, making her money, doing her thing, taking care of herself. I saw it, and I choose to be that woman that I'll work for my money, I'll spend my money. Okay, I'll show up for my household if need be for me to show up for my husband. But that's not to say my husband will not pull his weight. That's not to say my man will not pull his weight. It's not going to be acceptable, okay? But I'm not going to sit down and say, you know what, the man should pay for my hair, my nails, and that's not me. Do people do it? Yes. Are they happy? Yes. Am I happy for them? I'm happy for them, but it is not me. You could call it trauma. It could be like triggers for me. I cannot, because I believe that when a man provides for you 100%, there's a whole lot of control you lose as a woman. And me as a woman, I don't want to lose myself. I don't want to lose my control. I don't want to lose my power. I'm not saying 100% it happens in a relation, but that is what I saw. That is what I see in my environment, and I'm not ready to lose it. I want to be able to have a voice. I want to be able to stand for myself. So I'm not ready to give up me providing for myself, like taking care of myself. You get what I'm saying? Like, not to say that my husband doesn't take care of me and all that, but I want to, like, he knows that he's doing something for me, but he knows I can do it for myself too. You get that esteem? I love it so much. And some women, they just love being provided for and just sit down, cross their leg and all that. Me, I'm not ready to lose that control for a man to ask me, where are you going? Why? Like, no. For me, I see relationship more as a partnership. I want a partner where we are doing life together. We're showing up for each other. We're being with each other because we want to be with each other. That is the relationship I'm saying I'm not saying one side is going to fit up. I am looking for. So we don't know the dynamic between Monique and her boyfriend and all that. So let's take a chill piece. I'm going to put on the break here, which I'm going to say more in my next video. So you want to watch out for the part 2 of this video of men's response to this entire conversation, okay? So anyway, guys, I want to know what you think about this amazing conversation, the ladies' thoughts on this. I want to know your thoughts down in the comment section, but please keep it respectful as always, okay? Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go ahead and share your thought. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see, and that will be you supporting this channel and this girl. Yeah, with that, I'll say subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.